Welcome everybody. Thank you so much for being here. It's Testimonial Tuesday, and we are offering these into, one of my very favorite things to do when we attend any kind of soul event is to hear other people's stories and to hear testimonials and to hear things, that brought them to soul, what soul's done for them. And I could just listen to those over and over and over. So we thought that it would be a really fun thing to offer those here over the airs of cyberspace. And in the hopes that, I'm finding with this current situation that we're in that we really are all more connected than I even believed before. And so I have no doubt in my mind that something that is said today could really be impactful for you as a listener, or maybe even somebody else that you know. So keep other people in mind as we go through today, because the more people that we can help, especially during our current times, the better. So with that, I'm going to turn it over to you, Ashley, and we'll just get started.
Okay, awesome. Good to see your face, Christy and Christy. So we can all connect, and everybody's names on the side. Welcome, welcome, and just give yourself a big old hug for showing up tonight. This is the most important night of our life and meeting of our life. So here we go. I'm not going to waste much more time because I want to turn it over to my dear friend, Christy Gross, here in Austin. We're right down the street from one another, so virtual hug. I had the privilege of meeting Christy through yoga practice over a year ago, and we've just become the dearest of friends. So I am really, it's exciting to have you here tonight, Chris. And so Christy is a huge giver, huge heart. She loves her two fur babies, her little cat. She's nearing her completion of master's in holistic nutrition alongside of over 15 years of yoga practice. So, wow, Chris, I'm going to turn it over to you. Would love to hear a little bit about your personal story. The message in these calls is about adapting to change. So your beliefs behind using adaptogenic herbs for adapting to change, especially emotionally. And then we'll kind of wrap up with a Q&A, and we'll just turn it over to you.
Wonderful. I'm actually trying to pull up a quote that I just thought about that you brought that to my attention. I can't necessarily find it. I'll try to quote it as best I can. I read this about resilience. Resilience is going through something, feeling it, being absorbed in it, allowing whatever emotions you are going through to come up, learning to process through it and come and move forward. I thought that was a really poignant message to what we are all going through today, and definitely to my life, the things that I've been through. I'll try to make my story brief. It's quite a story. I have gone into this realm of nutrition and yoga, just kind of combining a complete mental, emotional, physical union. I've been teaching yoga now for 15 years. I've been studying holistic nutrition just on my own, collectively for 27 years. And then working on my master's of holistic nutrition as well. I'm nearing completion, getting there. About a class left. So what started on my journey when I was 20 years old, diagnosed with thyroid cancer, into the lymph system. So I had my thyroid removed, 21 lymph nodes, and my parathyroids. So at quite a young age, a major portion of my endocrine system was taken out. And my views and comments are not in any way to bash any kind of medical system with conventional medicine. They are merely explaining my particular journey. I have some phenomenal conventional medical doctors in combination of holistic doctors. I utilize both that are available to me. But unfortunately, the conventional doctor that I was seeing really had a very narrow approach to the thyroid. He just kind of looked at TSH levels, said, oh, thyroid cancer, let's just cut it all out. And so really at a very young age impacted my growth, my hormonal balance, did radiation on it, did radiation incorrectly, did another round of radiation on it incorrectly. The cancer came back at 28. I had another round of radiation, another surgery, and all of that radiation aimed at the throat degenerated my cervical spine, had triple cervical artificial disc replacement, got West Nile virus the first year it was prominent in the US, so that's a bloodborne type of virus that really infects your blood. So it weakens the lungs quite a bit. I went to Germany, I guess right around 10 years ago, and had the triple cervical artificial disc replacement surgery. So 3 levels of the spine cut out, 3 artificial discs put in. Because of the weakened immune system to my thyroid, the thyroid is so interconnected to your immunity and how your T cells function. Thyroid, adrenal system, sisters, they support each other nonstop. And therefore your immune system is quite compromised as well. So when I was having surgery, developed double pneumonia, both lungs completely full, in ICU for 10 days, flatlined, came back, went back to school and started finishing my master's in nutrition. I'd been studying this for 27 years as a way to keep myself healthy and kind of learn to deal with everything that I have been through. So that way I wouldn't just survive, but I would actually learn to thrive from what I've gone through. So going back to school, really dove into, I've been, I guess, dealing with adaptogenic herbs for, again, 27 years to boost my adrenal system that was very compromised from not having a thyroid nor parathyroids at all. And that has been an area of focus. When I went back to school, I really kind of made my baby and my thesis on the triad of thyroid, adrenals, and hormones, specifically that I focus on is female hormones and how that triad interconnects together. Along with that, immune system, and along with that, emotional health, which we're going to talk a little bit more about tonight. And then unfortunately in school 6 years ago, the radiation caused a brain tumor. I had brain surgery, about a 4-inch incision in the back of my skull, took out a tumor the size of a lime. Thankfully, it was not cancer, just a tumor caused from the radiation. So upon, again, more inflammation, kind of dealing with a new animal of learning about brain health. So that was another component thrown into this lovely mix. And then unfortunately, a year ago in January, found out the tumor had returned. So I went through radiation all this last year as well. Brain radiation has caused a lot of swelling, inflammation. And even though I don't have a thyroid, the thyroid hormone that I take, my body was only utilizing 35%. So that again impacted my immune system considerably, as well as my inflammatory response, my adrenal health. And so that has been an interesting area that I've, again, truly, I dive into when I'm faced with these challenges. I want to understand what's happening, why, and what I can do to support it. That's how I met Ashley and how I got involved with Ashley. At the yoga studio, she first had me try the Vital, and I started taking Vital and Thrive, which I have a lovely, delicious Thrive celery and celery, apple, ginger, lemon, and Thrive. It's delicious. I love it. And so I've been really enjoying this process of learning about soul, not only what it's physically done for me, my access to herbal products and nutritional supplements is vast. Over, again, 27 years of studying this. I'm about to turn 47. I started when I was 20, back in January when I was 20 years old. So being in nutrition school, I have access to doctor grade things for the professional level that people are not able to get just at the store. most products that I've looked at that are for sale outside of that considered professional realm that is only accessible to doctors and nutritionists, I have not been impressed with until I found Soul. When Ashley and I first started talking, what highly impressed me was the methods of extraction that the company does to produce the quality that it produces. So how things are processed, that's a big thing I study to truly know that it's going to work the way it's supposed to work, not just the way it's advertised to work. So that's been a huge reason that I have dove into Soul. And adaptogenics, I feel like, are so important for creating that homeostasis in our bodies. So many people have adrenal issues these days, considerable amounts of adrenal issues. Specifically, women, as we tend to get a little bit older and are adding in, again, that triad, that element of hormonal shifts within our body. And especially now dealing with immune system issues with the super virus that's out there. So all of these things kind of coming into this beautiful triad, adaptogenics will actually support your body to find that homeostasis means balance, and trying to find that beautiful balance where it's functioning at its most optimal level that it can. A lot of adrenal support can either stimulate or suppress. And unless you go through extensive adrenal saliva testing throughout the day, different hours, it's quite an expensive test. It's somewhat laborious, where you're sitting here testing your saliva throughout the day to know exactly at that moment where your cortisol levels are peaking and lowering. We don't know if we need things to stimulate our adrenals or suppress it. That's where adaptogenics are such a beautiful combination of herbal products that actually work to stimulate you where needed or suppress you where needed, and they won't overdo one or the other. So it becomes something very mainstream that people can truly take to boost their systems in without kind of fear of, am I doing the right thing? Because it's going to work to find your particular balance and where your body needs. I really appreciated that. And not only the quality of the products, the safety of the products, and the efficacy of the products, for sure.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
So,
thank you for sharing that. Wow. And you guys, we have a wealth of knowledge here with us today. So if anybody has particular questions, just chat them in the box there to the right. Thanks so much, Chris. So we're, as far as you gave us an explanation, adaptogens, how do the adaptogens help us adapt to change emotionally?
good question. With your gut, a lot of people are becoming more familiar with the gut-brain connection. Soul is really big into the gut-brain connection. Ashley and I were discussing this earlier. Forgive me for, I'm not able to recall the exact percentage. It's between 80 to 85%. I don't remember the exact percentage, but between 80 to 85% that I can comfortably say of your serotonin level is produced in your gut. So here's a couple of things going on with that. Your gut is actually known as the second brain. So your brain and your gut, they talk all the time. If you are having negative diet, if you are having stress, things that if you're taking things in your diet that is depleting your gut lining, Ashley and I were discussing certain medications can actually affect your gut lining. You can actually reduce a lot of your serotonin production. In addition to that, if your body is having low immunity and you are depleting your levels of vitamin C from the stress, the adrenals are sucking up that vitamin C. The adrenal glands use more vitamin C in your body than any other gland. So when you're stressed, the adrenals are sucking up that vitamin C. to help them cope. What's happening is your immune system is becoming depleted. That's why when you're stressed, you tend to get sicker. They go hand in hand. So the immune system and the brain, obviously, that kind of combination as well really works together. If your intestinal lining is healthy, it's going to help your blood. There's a blood-brain barrier of certain products that can cross over from the blood into that blood-brain barrier and have a healthier brain. This is your motherboard. This is your motherboard. So if your brain is not functioning optimally, other areas of your body the signals can become off. So having probiotics can be really key in that intestinal health to actually affect how your stomach and healthy bacteria is, but therefore also how your gut lining is able to function and how that serotonin level can function for the healthier mental wellness. So that's a huge correlation. Thyroid issues, often people with thyroid issues suffer from depression, have fogginess. Once more, the thyroid and gut are very interconnected as well. So everything's just like, I think the analogy I used today with Ashley, and she liked this, in a simplistic term, we're like Amazon, like the company Amazon. Amazon relies on multiple aspects to truly function properly. There is an order receiving center. There is a processing warehouse. There is a shipment receiving, product procurement. So they're having to get the products in, they're having to process the products, get them delivered. If one of those areas is slow, let's say the person taking in the orders, they're great, they're doing their job, they're taking in all the orders. The person in the warehouse, they're ordering all the products in, they're getting everything ready, so they're doing their job. The person that's processing the orders, they start getting really slow, they're getting lethargic, they're not getting the orders processed. They're halting now the delivery guy he's trying to do his job. He doesn't have enough stuff to do his job effectively. So if one of those areas is off, everything's gonna be thrown out of whack and out of balance. So our bodies are very similar to that Amazon type of system. We all have to do our job and work together as a unit to really function well.
I love that. I love that analogy, Chris. And so we have a few comments on the side to kind of go along with what you're sharing. So with that analogy, what are your favorite soul products for adrenal support and to make, if you had to pick?
Yeah. Gosh, adrenals, again, that high vitamin C and adaptogenic herbs, those are your adrenals' best friends. The Renew, I love that product. I think it tastes absolutely delicious. I have to drink one every night. Renew is extremely high vitamin C, so it's going to support the body, and your adrenal system needs a lot of rest, specifically at night. If you follow just in general the natural cortisol flow of your body, taking Renew at night before you go to bed, right before bed, and if you need additional support, right upon waking. Those are going to be the most normal cortisol adrenal times. In the afternoon, you're wanting to calm your system a little bit more. You're also a couple of other things that are highly good, adaptable and vital. Vital has such a potency. Ashley is showing all these lovely herbs. Vital has I think, 8 adaptogenic herbs, more than any other product, plus all of the alkalinizing products. Again, with thyroid systems, you tend to be sluggish. It's cellular metabolism, not just weight metabolism, cellular metabolism. It's how your cells are functioning. Therefore, that's affecting your immune system, etc. So having something that's going to help alkalinize your body, it's going to bring it out of that more acidic state. That is integral for keeping your body flowing more effectively. Your lymphatic system will be draining more effectively. Therefore, that'll help your immune system get things out. So those products, Adaptable is another one. Adaptable and Vital, phenomenal. I love, 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 love the Neuro IM for brain health. The Neuro IM, not only are mushrooms phenomenal for cognitive function, they're phenomenal for immunity. So again, gut brain. So gut also deals, they said about 8, and again, it's like 80 or 82% of your immune system stems from your gut. So gut and brain, man, those two work so closely together as kind of the managers of a lot of things that are happening in the body. So keeping that, the Neuro IM, hands down, I do not want to be without that product. I noticed a big difference. I have had a lot of inflammation in the brain from brain radiation. My cognitive function, my memory recall has been slower. I've been getting periodic MRIs, so I could literally see inflammation still in my brain. One thing that I have luckily been able to do with resiliency is learn as much as I can. Educate yourself, be your own, proactive wellness support. I heal very quickly from these challenges because I become very proactive. I diligently try to support my system. Now, am I going to have pizza and wine? Oh yeah, oh yeah. But I'm constantly supporting my system so that way something like pizza and wine isn't going to knock me down. That's huge. Let's see. Now, one product I'm going to tell you I have not tried yet, but when I started reading about it the other day, I became incredibly intrigued, and that is the probiotic that Soul offers. I currently have been on a different one, and as soon as I complete that bottle, I will actually try the Soul probiotic. Reading about, there's a couple of herbs, and I can't recall actually exactly which specific one it was, but it actually helps to restore your mucosal lining in your gut. If your gut is healthy, there is a relationship, again, that gut and brain. If your gut is healthy, it will support brain health. If your gut is unhealthy, there are studies showing that mental diseases, Alzheimer's, and dementia are more prevalent when you have gut issues. So again, that relationship, very important of supporting each other. So those products, Neuro IM, Adaptable, oh, and I love Thrive. That's what this little shake I do, not shake. This is Thrive. I think it tastes delicious. Thrive. Celery juice is phenomenal for a nerves tonic. It really helps to support your nervous system, which is the little communicators. They're the little wire board. They're the little ladies, the old-fashioned ladies and the switchboards, old-fashioned switchboards. They're they're connecting everybody. They're saying, woo, hi, this person's talking to you. So those are the switchboards. And celery juice is great for that, as well as we're reading and hearing, oh, celery juice for gut, celery juice for gut. It is phenomenal for the gut. Products, the Vertizymes contain slippery elm and marshmallow root. Those are excellent to soothe that mucosal intestinal lining. So if you're having heartburn, stomach issues, those are going to be really beneficial for that. Now with enzymes, Vertizymes, if you take it with food, it acts, they're actually kind of a two-punch. If you take enzymes with food, it can work to help you digest your food. If you take them away from food, such as at night, then it actually works to attack inflammation in the body, a systemic inflammation. Systemic means like all the areas of inflammation in the body. Oh, yay, somebody says that Vertizymes have been a miracle worker. Tell us about that.
Yes, thank you for sharing that. And we do have a couple more minutes, and we do have some questions coming in. So we have about 3 minutes, so we can answer some questions now, Chris. Carla says, I would like to get off my Synthroid. any suggestions?
I'm sorry, who said that? Who's asking that? Carla? Carla, I would honestly say that's probably going to be a more lengthy, in-depth conversation. I'm happy, possibly if you want to, I don't know if you feel comfortable typing in your phone number, or Ashley can, whatever we can pull up. Yeah, because that's going to be a lot more lengthy discussion. I'm never going to tell you to get off of a medication that you and your doctor are working with you on. However, what I can do is offer some things for you to consider and for you to discuss with your doctor. Personally, I don't take Synthroid. I do not like Synthroid. It is one of the most it contains more binding agents and fillers than any other thyroid medication. I have to be on thyroid medication. I have no thyroid or parathyroids. The one that I am on is the purest and most natural of all of them. Thyroid medications are actually even full of gluten, which can hurt the thyroid if you have problems with that. Now, there's a ton of hormonal support that you can do. Maca products are phenomenal for that, to help boost your system naturally, that you won't need perhaps as much thyroid medication, or that you're utilizing the medication you're on more effectively. That is definitely something that can be done. Thrive is really good to support the thyroid. Maca is phenomenal to support the thyroid, and any adrenal support that you're doing will in turn support the thyroid, will in turn support that the hormones. I'm approaching early menopause. I'm definitely in perimenopausal, so I get that as well. I've been really trying to up my game a little bit more to balance my system more as well. But again, we can talk more if you would like more about that.
We had a great suggestion. I'm amazed at the time all during these calls. There's so much amazing information. We are at 6:30. We want to respect everybody's time. And Chris asked, could you talk more about hormones? I'm trying to get in balance. And then we had a suggestion of, let's have another call and learn more. And
okay.
Thank you, because we want to provide valuable information for you guys to learn, so we can set up another call and target it more towards hormones and your suggestions out there. So we're listening.
If you want to, yeah, definitely.
Thank you so much for coming on today and sharing with us and sharing your story.
And there's so much information, and I know I love to go on these tangents. This is my baby of wanting to help people. After just going through so much over 27 years, I feel like everything I've done is to help me learn to help others. So I'm happy to share whatever I can and help y'all.
Amen to that, Christy. I just want to say thank you. And you are amongst your family, because I know I've heard wonderful things about you. And I've been told that we have way more in common than just the same name. And just listening to you for 30 minutes, I can say that's absolutely the truth. And so I feel like, one of the things that Soul has done for me is it's brought like-minded people together that share this same common heart of wanting to help other people, that believe that the things we've gone through or the things that we've learned have a direct purpose for other people. So just to hear you say that, I love that. And I know that anybody watching or listening is going to be so appreciative of that also. And I'm just so grateful we're all here together. So thank you both so much for joining us today. Thank you for all of your wisdom, sharing your heart, and being so vulnerable. You were really just like a miracle as I hear you tell your story. So I can't wait to get together and do this again, and we could focus on these things. I know we've had more hormone and thyroid questions, which comes up for us a lot, right? These are big things that a lot of people. So what I'll ask of any of you that are watching this either live or you end up watching the recording, please think about who you know that could benefit from this information and connect us to them. Okay, connect them with us, introduce, do a a three-way text with the person that shared this video with you, so that we can get them support and they can have a miracle life the way that Christy is sharing with us, because it is possible. That's what I love. This is possible. So thank you guys so much. Thank you for joining us. Let's chat and do this again.
Awesome. Thanks, ladies.
Have a great day.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Stay safe out there.
You too.